Welcome to the next episode of the Passion to Paycheck podcast. On today's episode, we have Tim Martin.
Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight? My name's Tim Martin. Got to know these two young guys from Elite Fitness and that stuff, and excited to be here.
Perfect. We're happy to have you here today. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about the business you own here in town.
Okay. I own Martin Feed Incorporated. It's a small grain company. I have 8 employees, plus my wife and I. And we sell grain to the local dairymen and feedlots here and that.
How long you been doing it for?
Been in business since '02.
'02.
Doing this.
So just for a little bit.
Yeah, just for a little bit, just for a couple years.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about the business that you learned, I don't know, throughout this whole time you've been doing it? Just business in general, and why you chose to do that and how you started. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, I got into it when I moved to Bakersfield first. I was actually was into ag all my life, but did trimmed cattle's toenails, and then got into the opportunity to get into the grain business. My dad did it when I lived down in Chino, originally from Chino, moved up to Bakersfield, and then slowly had them both going, and then I chose the grain company over that. And what I do is I take, it's recycled food products, like do a lot of work with Frito-Lay and bakeries and that stuff, and that is all corn and wheat byproducts and that stuff, and then I, process it and manufacture, and it's called a bakery feed after that. And so I still work it 7 days a week, still drive and do everything too. My wife, she does all the books, all the office work, and I got some great employees, awesome employees that just work hard for me. I'm really blessed.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then you process it and then you sell it as what, like dog food or?
No, it's as animal feed for cattle.
Feed for cattle.
Yeah, anything that you want to get fat, anything, because it'll put weight on them. Yeah, grain. Yeah. So,
grain based.
Yeah, it's all cereal based foods, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's good business. It has its ups and downs. Everything follows the corn market. Sometimes years you have good years, and the other ones you barely pay the bills.
Right.
So, you know what I mean.
So what are the pros and cons that you've learned throughout the years from running that business?
Well, there's pros are always be honest, do good hard work,
Right.
provide a good service, and don't ever set out to cheat anybody, and
Right.
and you'll get paid back. The cons is you're based on the corn market, so some years when you buy it, you can have to sell it cheaper, or barely turn in dollars, and that's no fun. So it's all based on the market, and the cons can be that the stock market, how your grains all run and that stuff.
Right.
So
There you go.
that's cons. Yeah.
So then what about the process from the time you get it to the time you process it and you turn it into feed? What does that entail, or how long is that process?
That's process is it comes in, and then I got machinery which will remove any packaging material. 'Cause some of it's packaging that don't make the market. Some is outdated product, and that doesn't make it. It all goes through machinery where it is separated and ground up, and then it's ground up into a bakery feed, and all the trash is taken to, up north to an incinerator, and that's where it's a 0% landfill.
And you mentioned
facility.
you drive still?
Yep, still drive.
See, that's pretty impressive. You're still in the field.
Still drive to LA about 4 days a week. So truck and trailer, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then got 2 other drivers that stay local.
Okay.
And that. So, and then I got 6 employees at the yard that do the day-to-day bringing in loads and process the loads and that stuff, and run the machinery there at the mill and that stuff.
Nice. And with the employees, do you find there's challenges sometimes as far as like getting them to do and work as hard as possible?
Yeah, there can be, but I what I've learned is I have one guy there that manages all my guys.
Okay.
I talk to him only. I don't talk to his guys.
Which is
If I got to
smart.
talk to his guys, then I don't need him, right? And
Yeah.
I don't need to step on his toes. That
Yeah.
way they respect him. They go to him, he comes to me. There's not me going to this guy or different guys telling them all what to do so nobody knows what to do. They go to him. And
Okay.
I'm very blessed to have him. He's very good at what he does, and he works hard.
That's very
He'll work
smart.
7 days a week. I can call him any time of the day, and he'll be there as with my drivers, too, that I got. I'm very blessed.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
blessed.
Yeah, because that's hard to get. But once you
Yeah.
get it, it just makes your life a lot easier. And like you said, he's basically running it for you, so you
Yeah.
take good care of him because he's taking good care of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. It's hard to find employees like that, as you know. You
Oh,
got them
yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
They're very honest and they'll work hard. And are they perfect? No, but I'm not perfect either.
Right.
But we mesh well. All of us,
Right.
we mesh well. There's not one of us that is perfect over there. But together, we make a great team.
Exactly. It takes
Yeah.
a team
Teamwork.
to keep building and growing a business.
It sure does.
Especially
Yeah.
during the hard times when you have a good team, you guys can rally up together and like, all right, well, we got to do this, this, and this. You got to do that. You got to do that, and then everyone plays a role.
Yeah.
Without screaming or yelling, like, why do I have to do this or why do I have to do that, kind of thing.
Right. It's a matter of helping each other out. Like I said, none of them do anything that I won't do.
That's right.
I do every job they
That's
do.
why, like you mentioned, you still drive if you have to drive,
Yeah.
or you enjoy driving at this point. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I could if I have a guy missing, I could jump in and take that task because I've done it before. So
Right.
like I don't do it every day, but if I have to get certain cars out or whatever, and what I do, that's what I got to do. Put on them shoes and get the job done.
Right, whatever
Yeah.
they need to be,
So
to
then
help
that
them.
way, like you said, that the guys see that, so they're able to do that. Put on it whatever hat they need to put on, and like if the boss is doing it, the owner is doing it, like why can't I do it?
Yeah. That's mutual respect for each other.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're out there helping them, and then they want to help you even more.
Right.
You know what I mean? They say, well, he don't need to be out there. I got all my guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But he's doing it.
Yeah, but he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that's cool.
And how long have you been running this business?
Since '02.
Since
'02, I
02.
started it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since '02 up until about now, what would you say is something you would give a recommendation to your general entrepreneur or someone starting a business?
That's a tough one. No matter what you do, is go into it 100% and keep your eyes open. Pay attention to what other people are saying or anything. Ask questions, and don't ever think what you call a mistake, what you might call a mistake, I call it as a learning. Okay,
Yeah.
that's something I learned. Okay, that either it costs you money or something, or you broke something because you've learned. Well, you can't look at it like that. You got to look at it like, okay, I learned something. I know I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it cost me money, but that's going to benefit you down the line. You know what I mean? You're not going to be doing that again.
Right.
So always just pay attention and don't be afraid to take a chance on something. Always weigh your options. Okay, if the worst is, if I'm going to lose, is it going to cost me my business or is this going to cost me a few bucks? If it's going to cost you bucks, always try to weigh your worst outcome on that. And can you absorb that? If you can
Right.
absorb that, then you're okay. You know what? You
Right.
never want to take those big ones where it could cost you your business. You know what I mean? But those other ones, and listen to other people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So pretty much staying open-minded and
Yeah,
not staying
yes.
so close.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good
Mine,
one.
Yeah.
What about evolving? Did you have to evolve from that time to this time? Because the way I see it, every business needs to be evolved because, times are not the same from how they were, 20, 30 years ago. So now we got like a lot of people talk about AI robots, which they're taking over in the future. So what are some of the stuff that you have to evolve in your business?
Well, there's a lot of rules and regulations and everything you do now.
They
You
just
know
keep
what I
adding
mean?
more.
Yeah, keep adding more and
That's
more. So
usually
you got to evolve
more,
to it. Yeah.
more money you gotta pay out,
Yeah.
more licenses, more permits, more everything.
Yep, more everything, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's never ending. They come up with a new rule every year and that stuff, and you have to adapt to them. If you don't, then, you'll be fined or they'll shut you down or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
Or they fine you.
Yeah.
First they start fining you to get more money
yeah.
out of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I go through an inspection every month,
Yeah.
and that registered with the state, everything, and everything got to be in order.
There you go.
From your employee, handbooks to everything. Just everything needs to be, in order so when the feds come in or anybody, because I CDFA inspects me also. When they come in, everything has to be in order.
In order.
Yeah, and they've even been helpful to me, you know, and to get all these new rules and regulations, how everything's done. They've come in and they've helped me a lot too.
I've noticed that not everybody, but a lot of them. If you talk to them, be cool with them, they help you more than, you know, because they're doing their job.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's how they feed their family. So you can't knock them down for doing their job either. So as long as you're cool with them and talk to them and, like, you know, you're doing something wrong, you know, you take a hit, whatever. How can we fix this? You know, make it easier for you and for me, because that way when you come back again, hey, I got that taken care of. You know,
Yep.
so then the next couple time he comes, like, it's not even a big deal. He already knows you're trying to make everything better. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very willing to help you for the most part.
Right.
Very seldom aren't they? You know, there's a few out there that, you know.
Yeah,
aren't,
there's
but-
just assholes.
Yeah, there's always those in the bunch. But for the most part, if you're really asking questions and you're really trying hard and you're diligent on what, you know, try to accommodate them, then they'll work with you. They're working with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's a give and take. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And hopefully it don't cost you a bunch of money in the meantime.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they can cost you money.
Yeah.
So if you play,
Again, the wrong side.
Yeah.
They'll start finding more stuff.
Yeah.
Fast.
you gotta you know, take them as being part of the team, right?
Yeah.
To make the, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the game work. They got to be part of that team too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just another player out there in the field.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
What about the challenges you faced when during COVID? Because, you know, a lot of businesses took a hit. What are some of the challenges that you had to overcome during COVID, and how did it affect you?
You know, those were trying times because everybody, you know, got time off whether you're sick or not. So everybody got COVID and that stuff, and that was tough to really get people that wanted to work and didn't
Right.
want to use COVID. Hey, I'm sick and
Excuse.
and that
Get
I was
free
very
money.
blessed through that my workers and that I guess the relationship I had with them. We didn't have a whole lot of that, you know what I mean? One guy, you know,
There you go.
maybe, but for the most part, we were very blessed through all that. You know, we kept all our employees. We didn't have to let any go, you know what I mean? We
that's
kept
good.
them all. We cut back a few hours, but they still got, you know, their 40 hours, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Try to keep them busy.
Yes, kept
Show
them
that
busy.
loyalty.
Yes.
Because they're showing loyalty to you, so
Right.
you want to do the same.
Right. Instead of sending them home on those early days, we kept them
Yeah.
busy and that stuff, you know what I mean? And whether it be they're cleaning up the yard or the shop or whatever, we just didn't send them home and
Right.
that stuff. So, yeah, and it paid back, you know, tremendously. You
That's
know,
good,
I've
yeah.
still got employees through all that are still with me, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Loyal
Yeah.
through the process.
Yeah.
What about the grain you were getting, like from not the grain because you're turning to grain, but
Right.
but everything you were getting from the restaurant? Did you get them from restaurants?
Yeah, no.
'Cause
from manufacturers.
Oh, manufacturers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not restaurant stuff. It was from, you know, like say if they make the bread, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Or,
The
you know,
leftover.
yeah, all the stuff, daily production waste and that stuff, outdated stuff,
Okay.
returns or whatever.
But weren't they like slowing down?
No, because people were still eating, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're still eating, you know
Right.
what I mean? Not going out, but they're buying, you know, eating at home and that stuff
Right, instead
too.
of the restaurant.
Yeah, so the food industry was still going because people still got to eat.
Right. Yeah.
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So it's not.
So you didn't see no difference there, no drop, maybe real
a
minor,
little
maybe.
bit minor, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
Yeah, a little bit, you know what I mean? But you didn't see as you know, not that because
Significantly.
because people
Yeah.
still ate. They still went.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was fast food or whatever, they're still eating.
Yeah.
You know what I
So they
mean?
still
They
needed to
stay
make that
eating,
product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very blessed through that
There you go.
and that stuff. So
So what about, what do you tell us a little bit of, because we've been working out together and then you just got done doing a show, a little bit of it, workout, your gym lifestyle.
the gym, that's my personal time. Like I
That's
said,
right.
you guys know I met you guys through the gym and that,
Yeah.
and the gym, I love that. I mean, I really do. That's to me to let go a little bit for that hour and a half or whatever time I'm there. And I'm usually got the headphones on, or if I'm training with you guys, I don't. But it's time, and that's just personal time. That's just me. I can let go of stuff, and I can just really concentrate on me for that hour. Because when you go out of that gym, when you leave that gym, it's all about business, wife, kids, grandkids, whatever it might be. But that hour when I'm in that gym, I do it. I love to compete. I do men's physique. Want to do classic. I'm not good at posing yet, but that's what I ultimately want to do, is the classic physique. But I enjoy that. I don't mind the dieting. I like the dieting. I like the workouts. You know, I'm with an amazing coach, Eric Brozier Built.
Yeah.
He's my goat of all time. You know, he's my movement coach right here. Is Rudy? You know, working with him, and he helps me when I'm feeling sore, which you're always feeling sore as hard as I train. And I love to see him, and he just taught me so much about stretching and everything.
Mobility.
Mobility, and then
how the body works.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just awesome. And my coach, I can't get over enough about him. Just how much he's helped me, and just it's unbelievable. And with Rudy, I mean, I got it made here. I mean, I just love it. So, yeah.
And with bodybuilding and running a business, have you found many challenges with those?
Yeah, well, the business always has to come first, you know what I mean? And, you know, it really does. Business as far as, you know, because that's the livelihood of my family.
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Yeah, pays
that
the
gives
bills,
your
the
lifestyle.
wife, you know, that's me pay for the gym membership, and pay for my food and everything. So, yeah, and you can always find, you know, an hour time to go and, you know, work out. Some days you can't because you're just putting too many hours and just too tired. Just too tired, so you don't. But you know what I mean. And what I found too is working with you. Now that's a must also. Say my gym, and working with you is a must for me too. At 62 years old, you know what I mean. I train hard, and I need to see you to help me through when the body's hurting. Those certain parts, you know what I mean. Whether you working the gun and going with Susie, the massage therapist, or at Alpha Omega, I go there and they do, you know, massage, and he kind of takes care of my back and that stuff. You know, keeps me straight. I mean, all that is for me personally, and that's all helps. I'm very appreciative of all the help, you know, I get from you and others, and it's just pretty cool. You're working out with Ace, you know, I got to be
having fun. We made a couple videos, and we're having fun, and and you invited us to dinner. Appreciate that. Last time.
Some good food, barbecue.
There you go.
A little bit of carbs, a little bit of sugar. So we still have a little bit of fun, even though, because it takes a lot, you know, to be able to, especially like you, that you compete, but to maintain a physique, you know, just eating right, discipline, showing up to the gym, no excuses, no matter how you feel, show up and put in the work. So that you just finished your competition and you got first place, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
But now you want to go for compete against the 50-year-olds, the little youngsters.
Because there's more competition down there. I don't know, you know, I want to do it, so I need to really get lean. So,
there you go.
And that's my goal, to be able to compete with those guys down there, and just
I always look up to you, because I always tell you, you might think I'm playing around, but like, man, I want to be like you when I get at 62, be shredded like that, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
Man.
You also, both of you. I mean, you know, you walk around. You're only 5 pounds from a show.
You
know what I mean.
You keep telling me,
he's 6 pounds.
You're trying to get me to a show already. The last 30 minutes, that's what he was telling me. Like, you're only 5 pounds. Like, trying to get me in there, but. I might do it. I might do it just for fun.
Yeah, we'll do one together. We'll do a Masters.
I'm down.
You're Masters. We'll go to the same show. Heck,
there you go.
We'll help each other through it.
Yeah,
it'll be cool.
There you go. Be fun.
I'll be there clapping.
Rudy, we're not gonna get Rudy to do it. You already know that.
He'd come there and be there in spirit with us. You know, just motivate us, right?
So, you got it.
Just to work on the body, reset the body.
Be the maintenance
mobility
guy.
work.
Yeah, that's it. So,
say, what's hurting?
Yeah.
How about you? What do you do? Ace, tell people a little bit about what you do and that stuff. Let's hear what you do.
I do a little bit of auto collision. So I've been doing that for the past about 15 years. I mean, I've talked about a little bit about that. And reason I got into that because back in 2008, I used to own a different kind of business, which was the landscaping. So when Bakersfield was growing, I used to design all the front and backyards from the new properties. And when 2008, I mean, we were all hurting. I mean, a lot of people don't remember because they were young. But the people that were working, we remember because we all took a hit, you know. And I was one of the first ones, you know, along with construction companies. So and then I was like, man, I gotta reinvent myself. So I always like fixing cars, and it was either that or a couple more choices, which is like I thought about it like if this happens again where the economy goes down, I got to do something where it's not going to affect my business. So it was either medical, because we still, we still got to go to the doctor. It was food. We still gotta eat, and it was housing. We still need a roof over our head, or cars, because we still have to drive from point A to point B. So I like fixing cars, so that's what I ended up doing, and it became a successful business in a sense where it wasn't easy, because I did it through the economy crash. 2008, reinvent myself and start from the bottom again, and everybody that had money, they weren't spending it, and most people were hurting. So they're definitely not spending no money. So it took a little bit to get it going, but we finally got it going after a few years, and actually where it was making good money, and here we are. Yeah. And now we're working on some other big projects, but that's what we do, Auto Collision. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's hear something about yours now, so my coach can hear about you too. I'm working with.
Yeah. So my whole background, I talked about it on the last episode, is I came from the CPA background, certified public accountant. Went to schools to become an accountant. Went through Cal State Long Beach. Came back out here. In about 2016, I got a job at Brown Armstrong accounting firm here. Worked there for about 4.5 years, 5 years, and then that's when COVID happened. And then they were laying off a bunch of people. They laid me off, and then that's where I had more time to kind of think, like, okay, what do I really want to do? So I started. There's other businesses I was starting that different kind of things that didn't quite work out, but then I found the fitness. And then through the fitness, I kind of found that, and I went to the gym not expecting to become a fitness trainer, and then I became a fitness trainer when the opportunity brought itself. Because that was always something I always wanted to do since the age of 18. So once the opportunity came, I was like, fuck it, we're just going to run with this one. And then kind of just turned my passion into a paycheck. It took me about 8 months of grinding before I even was like, okay, this is working. Well, for about 8 months, I just kept having faith. I know what I'm doing is going to work. Many people are in pain, and I'm curing pain. And then after the 8 months, after I've gotten a few referrals and testimonials, that's where everything just kind of ran itself now. So now everything just runs itself as far as like my business and stuff. And one thing I did learn from the old gym was learning how to really take care of the client and listen to them and do stuff like that. Because I train a lot different than your average trainer. If you put a camera on me and you see me train someone, you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
That's what I thought when I first seen him training people. I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, that's not even working out, But then I got curious and I asked him. That's how I met him. And then I ended up being curious, and I was like, oh shit, let's try it out. So I got a couple sessions, and I was like, oh shit, like, I'm not hurting or anything, but I did see improvement, So the people that hurt, and then he trains them, and they've had it for years, sometimes even decades, and then he helps them, and they start feeling no pain already and a lot better. Something that they've tried therapy or pills or whatever, they come back,
Yeah, so essentially I came from corporate world into the fitness and becoming my own entrepreneur. So I went from 9 to 5 to working 24/7.
All right. Okay. I'd like to say a little bit about you, because I train hard, and a lot of times I hurt I'm like him. I ask questions about you, what you did, and then I did once with you and told you where I was hurting, and you took me to that spot. We stretched it out. We worked it out. You know what I mean? So, how did you learn how to say my sore spot? How we stretched, and how did you learn all those moves? Did you go to school for it? Did you just by reading books, or where did you learn all
YouTube,
that?
YouTube and healing my own pain.
Right.
Because I've had most of the pains my clients and people have had, I've had them all. So the way I talk to them, I said, does it feel like this, or this? They're like this one. So then by how they answer is how I can tell.
You gotta troubleshoot
what the source is. So then I'm like, okay, if it's this, then where do you feel it? And then I'm like, okay, and then from here, because that's how I learned on myself. So I would have pain somewhere, and I'm like, okay, where's it coming from? Then I look around, because I'm very curious. I want to understand, like, how do I heal the body? Because I've been trying to heal my body for about a year, 2 years, because I became yoga certified, and they said stretch. heal your body stretching.
Right.
That did not work. That made it worse. That made the pain way worse. So then that's where I ended up finding the knees over toes guy. And then that's where I kind of started learning a different way of training. And then that's where I got more introduced of like, okay, massage gun techniques. And then I started massaging myself, working out. I work out with the massage gun most of the time because a lot of times when you get tight, the body tends to rip. And that's where all these injuries, especially all the people that lift heavy, I've done it. I know how the body feels. The body does not feel good after you lift really heavy.
As a bodybuilder, we're constantly tearing down the muscle fibers and regrowing them, right?
Yeah.
Bigger. I mean, that's what we're constantly doing.
Yeah, and most bodybuilders don't feel good because they don't stretch enough.
Right.
They literally don't stretch
Just
enough.
ties up.
I was one of
nuts up.
those.
Yeah, so then
I
all
was-
the knots get knotted, and then as they're lifting heavier, everything's just squeezing until something eventually gives because everything's too tight.
Yeah.
So my body was really tight. I was as mobile as you see me. I could not do none of that.
Yeah, well, you're pretty mobile. I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working to get there. I'm a long ways
trying to
away,
get there,
but I've come a long ways.
I also
You know
had
what I
a-
mean?
Yeah.
So
I've also had a few crazy clients, and that's why I was able to try some techniques on them. And they were like, "Try this." They're like, oh, I'm like, "Okay," and then I would try it, and it would work. And then I would try it for the next client.
right.
I'm like, "Let me try this on you," and then then the issue would go away. So I had about two clients that let me try whatever. They're like, "Yeah, go ahead. I'm in so much pain, like you
Right.
can't do anything worse right now."
Right.
So I've had clients like to that extreme where they taught me how to train bodies that were very, very in pain.
Right.
So that's kind of how I learned, kind of hands-on. Not no textbook taught me this.
Right.
The stuff I learned in the field, no textbook will ever teach you.
Right.
Yeah.
Experience.
No.
I always say that.
No
you go to
PT
school for
book.
10 years, but
Yeah.
where it's really at, it's real life experience.
You know,
Yeah.
usually a book gives you a baseline, and then
Yeah.
and then you better it from there. You know what I mean?
Because the book won't tell you like, okay, if this hurts, do this, or that. Maybe it's this, maybe it's this. You have to kind of troubleshoot it like a car.
Yeah.
And the only way I was able to do that is being able to help hundreds of bodies, but also I think what really helped was healing myself because I understood what it feels like.
Right.
I feel like if you understand how the pain feels, you can relate to your client and be like, okay, I remember that pain.
Makes sense.
What made me feel better when I was feeling this? Because I felt them all, the guitar string, the thick strings, the electrifying, the pins and needles, the sharp knife, the sharp machete, every feeling you can think of, I pretty much felt. So through healing my body, I remembered everything I did and kept data notes. So I keep a lot of data
Right.
on all my clients I've helped, all the little movements, or how this muscle is connected to this, or if I release this will help this, because most of the time the issue is not at where it actually is signaling.
Right.
It's telling you it's here, but most of the time there's also another issue somewhere else. So through, I would say, just the experience of helping so many people, and I think the main thing would be helping myself heal. I think was the main key of me being able to learn how to train other people.
Well, your therapy works great for me because it taught me, not only my coach. My coach got me into mind muscle connection, and then working with you where I hurt from training so hard and that stuff, or the pain. It taught me even more in depth of mind muscle connection too, and being able to work with you. You and I work together once or twice a week, and it helps me to understand my body even more. So when I go to train, okay, I know that muscle now where he felt it. I can actually incorporate that. I got that connection with my mind. So I thank you for that, Rudy. I mean, it's
yeah.
been a pleasure working with you.
I thank you for
Awesome.
letting me help you.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
been
would say.
awesome, brother.
I appreciate my clients that let me help them
Yeah.
because I train way different.
Yeah, got to thank
But-
my coach, dude. Forget to thank Eric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's been awesome, and you know what I mean. Yeah, he's my lifetime coach now.
No, that's
So,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything
And
you tell me about your coach, it seems he's very, he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. He's not
Yeah.
overly pushing you to push heavy weights, to
No.
form,
Yeah.
tension,
Yeah.
to maximize that muscle growth.
yeah, it is.
He's very different than other coaches I've came across.
Yeah.
As far as the way he programs based on what you've just told me
Yeah,
and
so
stuff like that. So you definitely got a good coach on your hand.
Yeah. Got a couple of them. Got you and a mobility coach. Got him, you know. Good friends, you know. I
We're
made
here to
in-
help
in
one
this-
another. That's what
yeah.
we're here for, yeah.
Exactly. You
100%,
know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah.
been
And
cool.
I found like the fitness has helped us kind of network with each other as well, and kind of without
That
fitness,
brought us
we wouldn't
together.
I wouldn't have met you.
No,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have met him. I
Right.
wouldn't have met the camera guy back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it up to Alan.
But it's all like-minded people. I mean, we're all three in here, and we take it serious when we work out because we take it personal. That's our personal time.
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't doing it for nobody else but ourselves.
Yeah,
I ain't doing it
exactly.
to look good or anything. You know what I mean? And it's just a bonus that my wife likes it. You know,
Right.
been married 38 years, coming on 38 years. You know, with a beautiful wife. You know, great woman. You know what I mean? And you know. She just makes her want me more. That's even
There you
better,
go.
right? Yeah, we come
Yeah,
on,
put the
right?
spark back in there.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a new Tim now.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Keeps her on her toes.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's impressive how you. I remember when I first met you. I asked you. I remember vividly. I asked you how many 62-year-olds you know that can move like how you do. You know, because you were showing me, look what I could do, and you're putting your hands up, and you're like, I couldn't do that before till Rudy
Yeah.
helped you, right?
Right.
And then your answer was like none, zero, and it's impressive because at that age to be able to look the way you look and be able to move and just be active, you know, and feel good, look good, do good, you know, it all ties in together. So it's impressive to see that. So that's why when I tell you, hey, that's how I want to be when I'm 62, you know, I mean, that like I look forward to that, you know, it gives me hope.
Well, hopefully I'm still around to watch it and be right
Right,
next
yeah.
to you, brother.
There you go.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
yeah, it's very impressive, especially with running the business and you driving up to LA so often, and then you're
Yeah.
still finding time for the gym.
Yeah.
So for most people, there's really no excuse because you can fit it 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes, 1 minute. 1 minute walk in the neighborhood, done. That's
Yeah.
a workout,
Yeah.
technically, right?
Right?
That's how you start, and that's how you
Yes,
do it. Because
yeah.
even like if you had a long day or whatever, you get 15 minutes in, just walking, jogging, you know, riding a bike, whatever. But you don't miss that the whole day,
Right.
you know, so your routine. But yeah, you might have not got the whole hour, but you got a good 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
You feel good, and sometimes when you don't feel good, you don't feel like going to the gym. You hit it, and it's like one of the best workouts you got.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
So it's all about really wanting it and really staying consistent, the discipline, and because you're not always gonna be motivated.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yep.
So would you say running your business kind of helped you with the fitness discipline? Or do you
Probably the mindset.
Or have you
know?
always had this as like as growing up? Did you always have this kind of mindset, or did you come across this
Yeah,
while you're in business? Or
the mindset, the determination, right, to never give up. I've always had that. You know, when
That's where it's at. The mindset.
yeah, you know, when the mindset, like the business, okay, whatever it takes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes, no excuses, right?
Same
You know
same
what
with
I
the
mean?
gym, yeah.
yeah,
In the
figure it
gym,
out.
it's whatever it takes to achieve what you want now.
Yeah, your goal.
Not somebody else's. We're talking. This is for you.
Yeah,
Right.
personal
It's for you
goals.
personally. It's for you. And if you're happy just going in there and just doing dancing around in circles, that's okay. But that's for you. That's personal. That's what you want.
You versus you.
Yeah. You know, don't ever do anything for somebody else. You know, whether it be business or anything, do it for yourself, right? You and your family, right?
Yeah.
So, and business is for me and my family. You know what I mean? And my workers too. You know, my employees that I got. You know, to keep them in a job and that stuff also because it benefits me to keep them. It helps me. And for the gym, the same thing. When I go in there, I train and I train serious. I'm paying to be here, you know, and I want to be serious about it. I want to look a certain way, and I want to feel a certain way, and that's why I take it. The business in that is serious. I don't go in it thinking, oh, I'm just going to be so-so or anything. It's always going in there 100%.
Yeah, the mindset. I always said it's the mindset.
Yeah.
Same for me because I now when I talk to people that they're more into the gym like yourself and stuff like that, and they have that same mindset but within the gym. But I already had the mindset building the business. No matter how I felt,
Right.
I showed up. To work. I was tired, depressed, heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to work. Why? Because I got to take care of the customers. So whatever it took, that's the mindset. That's how I build my business. So when it came to the gym, man, as soon as I started, when it was serious going to the gym, I never left it. Why?
Yeah.
Because like it's the mindset. Like I had that. Like I don't need somebody to motivate me. I don't need to look good to go to the gym. I just knew that like, man, this is easy.
Yeah. How long have you been in the gym? How long have you been going?
7 years.
Same as me then.
Yeah.
Basically, you and I started about the same time.
Yeah, about 7
Give or
years.
take a difference. Yeah.
But you compete every year though. I don't do that.
Well, you know, I mean,
That's
it's all
impressive.
right.
That to me is impressive.
Yeah, but
Because
you,
I asked you that same question, and you're like, "Well, 7 years," and then I asked you, "Well, how long you been competing?" You're like, 7 years. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I think a couple of years after I got into it, or so.
Yeah.
Or so. I don't know, a year after I got into
Yeah.
it. Once I got into it, you know, I just fell in love
Like,
with
why
it.
not?
Yeah.
Like, why not compete?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, if you're serious, yeah,
and yeah. So I still remember our first show down in Venice.
yeah,
I thought that was cool. You
yeah.
know, yeah.
And how'd you do on the first one?
I got what I got here. I got second.
Oh, you've been killing it since you started, bro.
And did I get first? I don't remember. I did two, second or first. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly.
There you
I
go.
can't remember. I still got the pictures and that stuff with me.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Someone have to post
that's
it.
neat to have, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll post some shows from the last show I did July 20th. The best look I had.
Yeah.
Was by far, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, the one you look great.
Yeah.
You fucking huge.
Yeah.
To do like
Ready.
every year you've competed, just how much growth you've had.
You know, that's
I'm
something
sure
that- okay.
I'm sure the pictures would be show a lot.
Now we
Yeah.
got something else to help me with, Rudy.
There you
and
go.
Alan, we got to
Oh
do
yeah, I
this.
can
Little
definitely help you
collage.
with that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, a little video.
Yeah.
You can make like a little video where it just shows your
Yeah.
shows and just your progress.
Over there,
too.
yeah.
So I'm sure from
Yeah,
this
there's gonna be a
photo
lot of
to
progress.
this
Oh, yeah.
photo is like what the heck?
Yeah, it should be. It
Yeah.
will be.
Have you looked back on them?
Yeah, yeah. No,
Are you like what the?
Yeah, and this last show, I mean, yeah. I'm looking forward to the next one because
You get bigger.
I'm just going to be a little more leaner too.
There you
Believe
go.
it or not,
So
I'll be a
you
little
go
tighter.
for
Going to be a
that-
lot tighter.
Go for the 5%.
Leaner gets you tighter, right? Because it just sucks
Yeah.
it out. That skin just sucks to the thing. So when you see a pro out there and what they're doing, there ain't no
But, yeah.
PEDs or anything
Mm.
that have done that, but dieting down. I mean, working hard at what he does
Right.
and doing it day in and
Discipline.
day out, eating the same stuff over and over and over. People just
Mhm.
think, oh, they take a shot and it just, you know.
That shit don't work like that.
It don't work like that. You got to eat clean, and we're talking no sugars, you know what I mean? And just, yeah, you really.
If it was like that, I guarantee you everybody be shooting up. Everybody be walking out.
Yeah.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So anybody can get to 4 weeks out, right? When I say 4 weeks out, it's probably, you want to say maybe 8% body fat. But
Yeah.
to get that last 4 down, you know, or 3-4% to
That's
get down
what
there.
nitty-gritty is.
The last
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks, that's where it starts messing with the mind and hungry all the time because, you know, you're
Angry.
not eating a lot. You're eating
Yeah.
clean food and it's just clean carbs and body's digesting good. Not a bunch of preservatives or anything. Not a bunch of processed food. It's
Yeah.
good, clean carbs, everything, and protein and.
Well, you're starving though.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know if you're starving as much as it's the mind game that I can't eat that, but I want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't normally you wouldn't even eat it, right?
Right.
But yet you want it.
It's the cravings.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's
I
sometimes.
think
when
it's a little bit of everything
Yeah.
because you are starving your body because you start cutting. So
Right.
so you are
Yeah.
starving it little by little,
Right.
and sometimes a lot once you get to the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But then you say, you know, the mind,
Yeah.
especially because you're hungry and your mind's playing even more games. You know, like
Yeah.
you know you can eat that.
you know, give me that burger and fries. You know, give me that piece of chocolate cake instead. You know what I mean?
What'd you eat after your show?
After my show, what did I eat? I think I.
We're eating
we
good
went-
at that barbecue.
Yeah, we went and ate steak that night. We went and ate steak. Yeah, we went and ate steak that night. But I really like fish after my show.
Oh, okay.
I really like fish because you know you haven't eaten a whole lot of oils and that stuff. So if you get oily stuff,
Yeah, it's gonna
oh
mess up
man.
your stomach.
I had pizza after one show one night, and
That was not
I
a good
puked
idea.
the whole night. You know, after that. So I try to do nut and oil. I'll do fish and like
Try
bread.
to try to break it.
Yeah, you know
slowly.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And cake is fine though. A donut or cake, that's fine.
Big old smile.
I love cake. I love cake. Cake donuts or cake. I love that. I don't
Oh, I know that.
I don't
We
care
know
about
that.
the raised donuts. Yeah, your wife bakes that bread for me. Oh, man.
She makes good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rise and bake sourdough, people. I'm telling you, look her up. She makes amazing bread.
All the cinnamon rolls you've had.
Oh yeah. French toast. You know. Cinnamon bread that I got a sample of. That we're
Cookies,
Yeah.
everything.
Everything's been awesome. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you're a blessed man. You know, you're lucky. You're dating way over your head, young man.
Yeah.
Dating way over your
He
head.
is good.
Yeah.
He is good
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
I don't go hungry, that's for sure.
Oh no, she took off for Alaska, and he had his meals all prepped.
There
All
you go.
frozen, ready to go.
Yeah, that's
Left and right.
quite a
So
living.
you
got
ain't
there.
starving.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You
No
know?
wonder you don't want to. You don't want to cut. You don't want to do a show.
Yeah.
The food's too good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's like right there.
Yeah.
He said he's putting down the sugar too.
Yeah.
He's been eating a lot of.
Oh yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think-
bread.
Yeah, next 30 day or starting Monday, I'm gonna do like a carnivore. And just
Okay.
kind of see how that goes. I've done it 2 other times, so I'm just gonna say fucking see
There
how
you
it
go.
goes.
Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
tried
meat.
that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, just meat. That should help me even because I'm cutting again, so I'll get even leaner and stay even.
Tight.
I
tighten
can
up.
usually do, you know, like a zero carb. You know, I can go about a week. You know what I mean? But then,
Yeah.
you know, I get to wanting some carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not
I've
easy.
never pushed them. You know, I've never done a fast. You know, and I hear you guys do a fast. You know, 48-hour fast, and heard people doing, you know, a 60-hour fast and that stuff, or you know, 48 hours. And I haven't been able to do it. I've done a 23, I think,
Okay.
and that,
The
that's
water
hard
fast.
for me. Yeah, that was hard. You know, so, but I'd like
That
to
was
get more
mental
into
too. That was mental
Yeah,
too.
it's all mental.
I can do a 12 or 14-hour pretty easily, right?
After the 24, that's when it gets like tricky. But once you get to like about the 30, 32 hours,
Mhm.
it kind of like flicks the coin, and you get energy, and it kind of like you get away.
Yeah, because he's done 3-day fast.
Yeah, 72 hours.
that's-
And after that, like, it gives you energy and you get back to normal, but then you'll get little cravings and little mind playing a little bit
Yeah.
after that, but nothing too crazy.
So when you did that 72-hour fast, did you really shred? They
You,
said-
you, you
know
do
what I mean?
shred, you do lose, depends like your diet and all that,
Right.
but you do lose a lot of fat. Like I every time I do it, I lose anywhere from 3 to like 6, 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, in those 3 days.
Well, if you did that now, you'd be show ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Well, why don't you just do fast?
No, you-
Tell Richard.
Yeah, you're
tell
not ready,
Richard,
let's go.
You do a 3-day fast, and you say this was good enough cutting, right?
Yeah, and it's good though because
yeah.
you kind of resetting your body, and it's the
Yeah.
same. When you break the fast, you got to kind of take it easy too.
Yeah.
So you can't have too much oil.
No, they said you should
nothing too
start
big.
breaking fast with some broth and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've heard in that.
yeah, or like veggie soup and stuff like that, like
Okay.
little by little, and you're gonna be good. But it's a good reset for your body.
Right.
Yeah, you get a lot of benefits from it,
That's cool.
but it's not for everybody.
No, it's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it is for me. It is.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be able to do a little more of that intermittent fasting to do it because that's great for what I do, the bodybuilding I do, because you can
Right.
pump in the carbs and then you do a fast after that, and it's resetting the body. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Another thing that's
try
good,
to
kind of like how
incorporate
Rudy does. He does the 18-hour fast, which he only eats once a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And your body takes about anywhere 4 to 6 hours to digest. So it's 18. It's basically like an 18-hour fast. So
Right.
and that works. I did that for like 3-4 months, and then after that, I just started craving all kinds of food. So I had to stop. Like it was bad after that. So I was
That's
like,
me.
But it's a good. It was a good try. Yeah.
That's me after about 15 hours, 16.
You start craving. I start
Yeah,
craving like
you know?
like food that was not good. I was like, I don't really crave like burgers, pizza, nothing like that. But then I started craving like hot dogs, burgers, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, you
it's
almost-
time to get back to my regular diet.
I find it hard. It's almost kind of hard to stop eating, once
Yeah.
you break that fast.
Yeah.
That for me. So
Yeah,
It's just like anything else. You just train the body.
yeah,
It's literally all it's just training the body.
The mind
to
and
do
body.
that. Just like you push your body towards the last 2-3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
It's no different than what
Yeah.
I'm doing. Literally no different.
yeah.
It's the same mind game. Don't touch that food.
Yeah.
Don't touch that
Gotta
food.
get a little stronger
Right.
up here, I'm still working on that.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. Is there anything that you would like to tell the audience? Any advice for business, the gym, everyday life kind of thing?
Oh, stay strong. Have the mindset, and do stuff for yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, and you go in there and your friends that you think are your friends, as you start dieting down, you start looking good, they're going to have an excuse of why you look the way you do and why they look like shit. Don't ever worry about
there
that.
you go.
Go enjoy it and do it for yourself.
There you go.
And good luck
Perfect.
to all of you. Nice meeting y'all.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy and Ace. You guys are
Thank you for
kind gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming
Yeah.
up on here and agreeing to for us to interview you. Definitely appreciate you very much, and I'm sure we'll have you again.
All right, cool. I look forward to it.
All right, thank you guys,
Thank you,
and
guys.
we'll see you guys on the next episode.